I'm Marsh. I am a certified master sugar artist and a certified international sugar art judge. And this is one of the demos that I'm doing today. And it's on me. And I make it. And if you want to place on there's a couple of different thicknesses. They do come in colors. I've got a piece that is pre-colored, and then I colored purple or lavender. But it comes white, and it comes in a couple of different thicknesses. There's one that's thinner, which is what I'm using on my bottom, and then one that's thicker, and that's the one I'm using for the lavender today. You can order it on Amazon. The one I'm using for lavender is a 0.3, so it's a little bit thicker than the other one. So, because it says butterflies first, we'll do the butterflies first. This is super simple. And I will tell you, keep your scraps. You can use those for other stuff. And I've got a couple of different places that I love. It makes the butterflies super simple and super easy. And I just slide it in so I can see where I've got the weight. This is my tool. I have a butterfly. And I'm going to punch a few of them. So I got a few of the one that's punched out of it. And then I'm going to use the other one. It's kind of fun when they have their own little carpet. So it's all punched out. I guess we'll do it. Okay. Is this working at all? No. Don't know. We'll figure it out. If I'm not yelling at you, just holler at me. So on my butterflies, I literally pin them in a little.
Sorry.
Just so that they'll stand up. And these are so simple and so fun. I'm doing a demo. Oh, it's on. Now I'm loud. And yes, our climate is very dry, and so yes, your wafer paper can be brittle, but it's okay. And then when I get them to this point, a lot of times I will take either some gold and I mix it with lemon extract just because I won't have alcohol in my house. And I will brush the body and then I will tip the edge, and somehow or another it got left out. It's been a busy morning. I do the same thing with the other butterflies. And then I go back and I can also use an edible marker and color the bodies if I want them black or brown, or usually I do them black. but I do like the gold because it just makes them sparkle. And to attach these to the cake, you can use a little bit of frosting, or you can just take a little bit of water and dab on them and stick them, and they'll stick. Because water will dissolve your wafer paper. So those are our cute little butterflies. And honestly, I thought I had the pen in my kit, and I didn't. So now we're going to make our lavender. So that's our sheet, and it was white. And I just took and airbrushed it purple, so it's got different darknesses. And then I have this fun little punch. And this is a 1-inch flower, and you're welcome to come up and look at these. And I am just going to punch a bunch of these out. And I have it facing me so that I can see exactly where my paper is, so that I can get them all really close together. And they come out just these cute little flowers. And I'm just going to punch a bunch of them. And I keep my wafer paper in a large Ziploc bag and get all the air out of it, because that way they'll stay nice for longer. Oops, if I stick it in there. Okay, so we have, and I've punched a whole bunch of them out. And then I am taking 20-gauge wire. I have a piece I actually cut, because I don't need a lot. This is gum glue. I find with our climate it works really well. It doesn't oversaturate your wafer paper, because when I use a conditioner on it, it makes it really, really soft, and then it doesn't want to stay together. And I'm just taking a brush that the bristles don't come out of, and I'm just putting a little bit on it. And then I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to poke it through the center, and I'm going to slide it up to the end, and I'm just going to squish it all together. And then it's the top of it. These are so simple, but so fun. And I'm just centering my wire in the center of it, and then sliding it up and squishing it together. And you can do each piece really close if you want your lavender to be really tight, or you can spread it out a little bit. This time I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to put my glue on. And I'll also put a little bit of the gum glue on the wire when it decides it wants to cooperate with me. I just found that doing it on the wire makes it easier then trying to squish them together and then slide the wire through. Because I didn't always want to do what I wanted them to. My wires are cloth wires, so they're covered when I'm generally done, and I would use a green wire with doing this, but I had white, so I'm using white today. But I can go back and dust my wire green. Wafer paper does have a shiny side and it has a bumpy side. And in doing these, it doesn't matter which side is up. And it just depends on what I'm doing as to which side I want. Your bumpy side is going to hold your color better than your shiny side. And I'm just kind of letting them be in little clumps as they come down. And the reason that I'm painting the wire is just so that it softens it, adds a little bit of the glue to it so it'll stick when I slide it up. And this one's really full, so it wants to be. I would say each flower makes its own mind up as to what it's going to do. When you airbrush your color on your wafer paper, you do want to let it sit just a little bit, so that it will be dry before you try to punch it. And that way it won't stick in your punch. And we've got one more. And yes, I talk to my stuff while I'm working on it. Mom always used to tell me, as long as you don't answer yourself. But I looked at her and giggled and said, I'd answer myself too. Okay, so we've got them all put together. Then we're going to take some luster dust and petal dust. I'm using an ice blue and a buttercup. And the ice blue, I'm just taking a little bit with a brush and putting it in the lid. And then from that, a lot of times I will dab it on my paper towel just to make sure I don't have too much on it. And I'm just going to dust some of the petals. And it's not something that you notice a whole lot, but it adds to it. And then with the yellow, the buttercup, again, I'm going to put a little bit in the lid. Then I'm going to dust at the base where you can see some of the wire. It just helps blend all of it. And it just adds a little bit to it. And like I said, normally my wire's green. But I had the white. No. And that's your lavender. Super simple, super fun. You can use wafer paper for all kinds of flowers. It just depends on what you want to do. My husband did rosebuds and eucalyptus on his entry this year, all in wafer paper. And I love the eucalyptus in wafer paper. It's so easy and so light. It makes it, they're not going to break when you try to put them together in a bunch. Whereas some of your gum paste, when you're doing it, because it's so dry, they will break. And you have to be super careful. So I went back and I dusted the bodies with yellow. How am I doing on time? Okay. My powders, I actually order in. I carry them at the Sugar Shell, which I own, Sugar Shell Cake Sweets and Treats. And all you have to do is call or text me, because those I keep in. And I do have wafer paper for sale also. The number for the Sugar Shell Cake Sweets and Treats is 208-522-3475. Any questions? Thank you. You're welcome to come up and look.